Welcome to the Nerd Enthusiast Gaming Podcast, where today we're going to be discussing mini consoles, different versions of games. For example, deluxe editions, digital deluxe editions, collector's editions, etc. We're going to have a pulse check. A pulse check is basically a snapshot of video game prices, and today we're going to look at Army of Two, Elemental Master, Cruis'n Blast, Death Stranding Collector's Edition, and that'll pretty much wrap up the show. If you guys like what you hear today, please consider supporting us on Patreon, patreon.com/nerdenthusiast. You can support us for as little as $1 a month. And we're going to have a Patreon exclusive topic for this show. You can get access to that over there just by supporting us. I'm going to give a shout out to Bernardo this month. Thank you for supporting us on Patreon, Bernardo. We appreciate you.
Yes, we do. Thank you so much, Bernardo.
And that lovely voice you just heard is my great friend Wes. Wes, how you doing, sir?
What's up? What's going on?
Not much, man. Ready to hop into this. Excited to talk retro.
Retro-ish?
There's some new stuff in here, I guess, but it's a lot of retro stuff today.
Let's get it going.
Absolutely. Also, if you guys want to support us non-financially, you can do that also. Just give us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. That really does help us out quite a bit with the algorithm. You can leave a nice little review. We would appreciate it greatly. All right, first topic, mini consoles. There's lots of them, Wes. There's lots of them.
There's a bunch. It seems over the past couple years, they kind of like exploded on the scene.
And it all started with the NES Mini. Do you remember, before we talk about details, I just want to talk about the time. Do you remember the crazy hype that was going on when that thing launched?
Yes, I do. It was the excitement of an NES Mini was like through the roof. Because I remember I was working at Level Up when my store was open, and everybody kept asking for it and asking about it. And, you know, and it came out, and then people were trying to turn around and resell them for like crazy amounts of money.
Were you guys carrying them at that time?
We weren't. We couldn't get any. They were hard to get.
Makes sense. Yeah, they were super hard to get. I was not working for GameStop at that time, so I had to use some connections, and I was able to get one, luckily. But I remember, like, that, you know, even, like, my brother-in-law, who, like, he's a little bit older than me. He doesn't really play games or anything, but he wanted that thing. He was like, oh, my God, this thing's awesome. Like, you know, I was able to help him get one. Mm-hmm. But everybody wanted one of those. Like, it was such a big deal because it was there was always those friggin' kiosks at the mall that has some ghetto ass thing with like, yes, 200 games. It looks like an NES. It's like, you know, ghetto as hell. No, this was legit, and like everybody knew it was legit. And for the first time, like a lot of people, a lot of casuals, that they were back. They were like, "Let me get this thing, dude. Let me." It was a cheap way to experience a lot of the games they grew up with and loved. Again, using a modern TV with an HDMI input. And if I remember correctly, we got like 20 games or so on the NES Mini.
Yeah. I can't remember the exact number, but yeah, it was a good number of them. You know, and they had all the classics. You know, the Zelda, the Marios.
Yeah, they had Bubble Bobble, which is one of my favorites.
The
Castlevania.
Mega Mans.
Mm-hmm. Mega Man 2 was on there.
Ninja Gaiden was on there.
Beloved Ninja Gaiden, absolutely. All the Super Mario games, 1, 2, and 3 were on there. Tecmo Bowl, can't forget about the sports, man.
Oh, man. Everybody loved Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl was so good.
I never got into it.
Dude, man. The hack was you just play as the Raiders. They had Bo Jackson. And that dude would just... he was like unstoppable in that game. It was ridiculous. But I played the hell out of Tecmo Bowl. Man, just what a lineup, man. If you like RPGs, Final Fantasy was on there. If you want to crack your skull open, Ghosts and Goblins is on there. Like, so much good stuff.
It was, man. We're talking about it, and just all those games are just kind of like flooding back my memories. Like, oh, such goodness. But like you said, the downside was that it was hard to get. Mm-hmm. And then you had all the resellers.
Yep.
Trying to make a profit.
They didn't only resell a console. if you remember this getting the additional controllers, like the official Nintendo ones, were super hard because that
Mm-hmm.
system only came with one, right?
It
So
came with one.
getting that second controller was, you could find third party ones pretty easily, but if you wanted the official Nintendo one, it was a pain in the butt, bro. People scalping those too. And it
Yep.
was, for the whole shebang, I think it was like $80. I think it was $79.99. Maybe it was $89.99, but like people had no problem paying that.
No, no, not at all. I mean, it was worth it.
Yeah.
It was worth it. But that's where it all started, man. NES, the NES Mini, kind of kickstarted this whole mini console craze.
Yeah, it did. My only complaint, the one thing I would say was, I know
Mm.
why they did it. They gave you those damn rectangular controllers. I wish they gave us the dog bones. And I know they did it for nostalgia, that the people wanted the dog bone or
Yeah,
wanted the rectangle ones because that's the one that they remember playing with. I get that, but the dog bone is such a superior controller.
I know we were selling like the third party dog bone controllers at Level Up, and we kept selling out of them.
Dude, they're so much more comfortable. You don't have this stupid. Who wants to hold a square with you? Oh my god, man, I can't even.
But if that's what growing up, that's what we knew, so we didn't know any better.
Until we did. Until you got a Super Nintendo, or until you got that, the NES Mini or the NES 2 or whatever it was called, like that top loading NES. That
Yeah,
one had the dog bone controller. That's where it came from.
yeah, yep.
Let's go right into the next one. Super Nintendo, right? That came out after that. So Super Nintendo, people are super nostalgic for. I mean, the classic games on here are out of control. Contra 3, The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Kirby Superstar, Kirby Dream Course, Secret of Mana, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Hyper Fighting, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World, Final Fantasy 3, Super Castlevania 4, Earthbound, F-Zero, Mega Man
Yeah.
X. It goes on and on
Hmm.
and on. I mean, it's crazy.
It was crazy. But the one thing that made the Super NES Mini so sought after, it included, not only did it include Star Fox, but it included the unreleased Star Fox 2. And that was the only place you could get it.
That's right. And this was like $10 or $20 more than the NES, but
Mhm.
just getting that Star Fox 2 was definitely worth it at the time. Like, this was an unreleased version. Nintendo canceled this basically because they were going to release Star Fox 64. They were already working on the
Mhm.
N64 version of the game. And at that moment, that was the only place you could get it. Now it's available on Nintendo Switch Online. If you guys have a Switch and you pay for
Yep.
that, you could access it through there.
Yep.
But the only way you can physically own like a real copy of the game is to have the SNES Mini.
That was the only way to play it then.
Mm-hmm. Good times, man.
I really like my SNES Mini. I actually like that more than my NES Mini.
I think I agree with you because I'm pretty sure out of the mini consoles, I think I'm positive that's the one that I played the most for sure.
I mean, it gave me Contra 3, which is probably my favorite Contra. Alien Wars.
Yeah, Contra 3 is really good.
I love that game. I love that. I mean, Super Punch Out. I mean, oh, such goodness. Such goodness.
Yeah, man. Tons of it. It's
And
unbelievable.
it was cool because they actually mimicked, as far as design, what the original console looked like. So yeah, so if you were one of those people that like really love nostalgia, just seeing it just brings back all those memories.
Someone's gonna kill me if I don't say this. It also had Super Metroid and A Link to the Past. Like, come on. Come on. Are you
Yes.
kidding me? Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
But then they started getting some competition. Then we get the Genesis Mini.
16-bit arcade graphics.
The 30th anniversary Genesis does.
16-bit action.
The 30th anniversary Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis
Does.
Genesis does.
Get NBA Golden Axe, Shinobi 3, Phantasy Star 4, Streets of Rage 2, Shining Force, and many more. Only with the Genesis Mini. 30 years young. Pre-order a 16-bit Genesis Mini now and get 40 legendary games plus 2 bonus games.
Genesis does.
Now, Sega had released third-party like versions of their consoles for a while. At that point, they released crappy versions from like At Games or whatever the hell that thing was at that time, and like
Yeah, I remember.
they were
that.
basically licensing out their stuff to other people. But this one was made by Sega.
This was legit, and this had a really good lineup.
Did
It had a really good lineup. It actually had more than what Nintendo had to offer for their two.
oh, this one had way more games.
Oh,
Way more games.
I mean, if you were a Sega head, then you remember Sonic the Hedgehog, Echo the Dolphin, Castlevania Bloodlines, Toe Jam and Earl, Altered Beast. I mean, all Sega's like heavy hitters.
Yeah, Castle of Illusion, Earthworm Jim, Streets of Rage 2, Shinobi 3. Contra Hardcore if you want to kill yourself. That game's ridiculously hard.
Strider,
Just so
Road
much.
Rash. Why they included Virtual Fighter 2, they could have left that garbage off, but it was on there. It was on there.
I agree, 100%. That definitely didn't need to be on there. Kid Chameleon was on there. That's like, I love Kid Chameleon. I was so happy that was on there. I was like, you can't have this without Kid Chameleon.
Yeah. Eternal Champions, Phantasy Star, Golden Axe. I mean, but they had Beyond Oasis. Beyond Oasis to buy a cartridge is expensive.
This is a big reason why I like the
Mhm.
mini consoles, especially when you branch outside of Nintendo. Because for the most part, the NES and the SNES Mini were like, they were games that sold millions of copies. You can go find one for like, generally speaking, $20 to $30. In some cases, you spend like $50, maybe $60. But for the most part, you can find those cartridges. Once we get to the Genesis Mini, then it's like, oh man, there's some heavy shit here that's like expensive to get in any other circumstance.
Yes.
Granted,
Yeah.
I know you can emulate. Don't leave a comment telling me you can. I'm aware of emulation. I'm 40, almost 42 years old. I know what the hell emulation is. I'm talking about a legit way to buy it.
Yeah, they had some definitely some heavy hitters. Like I said, once I saw Beyond Oasis, I was like, ooh, this is an expensive way to actually play this game.
Yeah, I mean, it just had so many great games in there, much like the SNES. Then after that, they released the Sega Genesis Mini 2, which was kind of a surprise to everybody. I remember when they announced this, I was like, what? This is wild. And the weirdest thing was they must have not thought this was going to sell well in America, because when you and I both ordered it was through Amazon Japan.
Yes, correct. It was, you couldn't get it in America.
Yeah, but the weirdest thing was there was like an American version. Like the box is all in English. You know, there are Japanese games on there, but the majority of the games are like US games. Like
They
North
are.
American games.
I got mine right here.
Yeah. Dude, like, why didn't they just release this as like a mass market item? I have no idea. I have no clue.
I mean, as much as I loved my Genesis Mini 1, I was super stoked for the 2. Only because they included some rare, hard to find European version games.
Mm-hmm.
Like was Alien Soldier, which was only available in the PAL regions, and it included some Sega CD stuff.
It did. That was another surprise. It was like, what do you mean Genesis 2? And they're like, Sega CD stuff's on here. I think their thought was, nobody's gonna buy a Sega CD if we just released like a Sega CD Mini. Like, no one's gonna buy it, so we have to just include it with the Genesis 2.
I mean, maybe it's just me, but I wish they released like a little attachment to put underneath, just because, and it didn't have to do anything.
Dude, me and you, I agree with you. That would be awesome if it just attached on there and like maybe give you like a few other games or something, or no games or whatever.
They didn't have to give me any games.
The problem is so few people would have cared that it wouldn't have been worth their time and their money. I'm sure that was the rationale behind it.
Ah, I guess. I guess. I mean, I would have been happy. I love my Sega CD. I have fond memories of my Sega CD, standing in line all day long to get my Sega CD. And so yeah, I was super happy when I saw that they were including some of their titles like Sewer Shark. I mean, granted, the game was it was what it was, a lot of full motion video, but still, it was included.
Yeah, they had, I don't know, somewhere between like 7 and 10 titles on there. Sonic the Hedgehog CD was on there.
Hmm.
Shining Force CD, uh, the sequel to Echo, Tides of Time was on there. I
You know,
wish they would have done. I'm not even exaggerating because I don't see the point in buying a 32X because there's only like a handful of games that I would want to play.
hmm
But for you to give us Saturn games and not just throw in like Knuckles Chaotix, like that's like the one game I would really want on 32X. Like, come on, man, you could have
oh,
just dropped that in there for me.
if they did a 32X version,
Not a whole version, but I mean, if you're gonna throw in some Sega CD games, why not? Why
Mhm.
not? The 5 or so games that anybody would care about on the 32X. Why didn't you just dump those in there too?
Yeah, they could have. They could have. They definitely could have. And it included you mentioned it, Sonic CD, which
Mhm.
everybody says is probably the best version of Sonic out there.
It's good. It's legit.
It is good. It's really good. It's really good. Final Fight CD, because that alone, if you own the actual CD, is going for a hefty penny. I know for
Hmm.
the longest time it was like between $300 to $500 at one point at the height of the craze. So yeah, it was nice to see some of that stuff. Robo Alesta is another one that's by itself is still kind of pricey today.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about pricey, Crusader of Senti is in there, and that is like the most expensive Genesis game, if not like certainly top three. That game is over $1,000, Wes. So just that alone is worth getting this thing for. Like,
Oh yeah,
if you don't know what that is, it's basically like Zelda, but for Sega. That's the best way I could describe it. And there's other big titles in there too, man. There's tons of. This system has a lot of like hidden gems or like second tier games that you were just like, dude. There's tons of them though, tons of them.
mm-hmm. Splatterhouse,
Mm,
Streets of Rage 3. I'm just
yes.
looking. I'm just looking. Rolling Thunder 2. That was another one that's kind of like no one talks about Rolling Thunder, and the original arcade game. I love, and it never came to console. But then they did Rolling Thunder 2 and 3 for the Genesis. So
Hmm.
this one included Rolling Thunder 2. So I was happy to see that.
Yeah, Shadow Dancer's on here.
Yeah, man.
Outrun's awesome. Golden
Vec-
Axe 2.
Vector Man. Ah, so much goodness. So much goodness.
Absolutely. Now this one's a little harder to find now. This is not like crazy expensive, but it's definitely more expensive than the other mini consoles. Then we have the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, which is even more expensive. Like that is like the most expensive one right now as far as those mini consoles go to get. This was also like a limited release. It was only released through Amazon. Konami has the rights to it. Konami's the one who made the TurboGrafx Mini, and it has a lot of the games you would want. Like if you were to buy a TurboGrafx and get the games you would want on the console, a lot of them come included with this automatically. So it's a good way to get everything all at once in one shot.
Bro, I missed out on the TurboGrafx Mini. I was so upset.
I told you to get it, Wes. I
I
don't know.
was so upset. I just it I keep looking to see if I could like come across one somewhere, anywhere. I still go on Amazon just to see, and it's like, nope, this product's out of stock.
Oh, you can find them. You're buying them on like eBay or something, but they're like double the price. They were $100. Now they're
Hmm.
like $200, 250, somewhere in that range.
See, I'll pay up to 200 for one, but at the ones that I did find, this was a while ago, they were going for like $500, and I was like, yeah, no,
What?
yeah, no.
Nah. My Game ID, they're only between like 250.
Okay.
So you could find them. You probably just have to spend some time on eBay, but you could find them.
Yeah, so upset I missed out on it because it, like you said, that had some good ones. Like the games that people would buy. If you had a 32 TurboGrafx 16. I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
because it had Snatcher on there.
It has the Japanese version of Snatcher. Yeah, there's
Mm-hmm.
so not only does it have like the PC, not only does it have the TurboGrafx games, it has 32 PC Engine games. The only problem with that is some of them they doubled up. So they'll have a game that's on the PC Engine that is also on the TurboGrafx. So it's the same game, just you're getting the Japanese and the North American
And
version.
the North
So
American version.
that's kind of cheap, but you know we're talking about the TurboGrafx. It didn't have like a wide user base. It didn't have a
Mm-hmm.
billion hits. So you're going to get a lot of what you want out of there. Not only did it have Snatcher, it had Dracula X, which was
It
like,
had Dracula X.
yeah.
Even though it did come out for Super Nintendo, it's still a very hard game to find.
Yeah, the SNES version is pretty expensive too.
But yeah,
But
it had Bonk on there.
mhm.
It had R-Type, which was one of the hardest shooters I've ever played in my life.
Alien Crush, which like people love.
Splatterhouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So upset I missed it. So upset I missed it.
You can, I mean, as long as you're willing to pay, you can get it. It's not crazy expensive. Like $200 isn't that bad.
Yeah.
It's not like it like quadrupled in price or anything like that.
We'll see. Next year we got gaming convention season coming up, so maybe I could find one then. We'll see.
If someone's been sitting on it for a while, you can probably get them down to like 150, and then that's not much more than what they originally cost, anyways.
True. So we go from like goodness to not so good. And
God.
the PlayStation Mini, so many people were excited when Sony announced that they were going to jump into the mini market.
I was one of them. I was like, "That's great. Yeah, give
So
me
many people.
give me your best PlayStation 1 games." Even then, like I have a bigger library now because I'm still continuing to expand my PS1 library. Even today, like I bought a new PS1 game within the past 3 months. So
Okay.
I'm still buying PS1 games to this day, but I never had like a huge library. So I was like, "Come on, give me the stuff that I'm missing." Go ahead and tell them what we got, Wes. Why don't you give me a little taste of what we ended up getting in this system?
Okay, I mean, we got, as far as title wise, we got Battle Arena Toshinden, which was one of their launch titles. I mean, back then it was amazing. I tried to play it recently, and I'm like, oof.
Mm-hmm.
We got Cool Borders, we got Destruction Derby, we got Final Fantasy VII,
Okay.
Intelligent Cube, which is one of my favorite puzzle games.
That's cool.
Jumping Flash. We got Siphon Filter. You got Tekken 3. I mean, so we
Those are
had
legit.
some good titles on here.
Yeah.
The problem was they all played like trash.
Most of them did. So
Most of them did.
there was 7 games. First of all, let's start at the beginning. There's only 20 games on this console, right?
Mhm.
And when you think heavy hitters for PlayStation 1, does your mind go to Rainbow Six? Does your mind go to Ridge Racer Type 4? Or Rayman? Or Jumping Flash? I mean, I'm not saying anything bad. I'm not trying to trash these games. But these should be like the top tier 20 PlayStation games.
It should.
And they're
I
not.
agree.
You got Resident Evil, sure. You got Metal Gear, sure.
You got
You got a
Twisted
handful.
Metal.
Yeah, you Twisted Metal, sure.
But
7, maybe?
no,
Out
no
of
one,
20?
no one cared about Mr. Driller.
No one cared about Mr. Driller. And Intelligent Cube is great, but it's niche, dude. No one
Oh,
gave a shit about
man.
Intelligent Cube either. Destruction Derby, they're clamoring West for Destruction Derby. Give me more Destruction Derby. Come on, man. And to your point, Here's all the ones that have the PAL version, which run at a crappier frame rate. Battle
Mm-hmm.
Arena Toshinden, Cool Borders 2, Grand Theft Auto, Tekken 3. Why do you want your fighting game running at a slower frame rate? Explain that one to me. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Okay, a shooter. You want a shooter at a crappier frame rate? Sure, go ahead. And I might have missed Jumping Flash. That's also one of the PAL versions. So that alone, just between the lineup of games and the PAL versions, I was like, I'm not paying you money for this machine. Like, forget it.
Yeah.
I'm sure you bought it. I know you, Wes. I know you
I
got one.
did.
Yeah, you did.
I did buy it. Yeah. I rather play my Genesis Mini 2 all day long. All day long.
There was a point because I went back to working at GameStop, and I was there when this came out, and I was there when it got discounted. There was a day where they were $20, and I was like, no, it's like I could spend my $20 on much better things. Never bought it.
It's funny because it started off with the NES Mini and how hard it was to get one. The SNES Mini, not as hard, but it was still scarce.
Right.
The Genesis Mini, the Genesis 2 Mini, couldn't find it. TurboGrafx, we already said, very limited, can't find it.
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation Mini, they were all over the place. All over the place.
Like 6 months after they came out, you probably find them in like a Five Below and shit. They were all, no one cared. No one cared.
All over the place. That was sad. I was like, oh man.
You know how it was bad? Because PlayStation only made one run of them too. There were so many left over from their original like stock because everybody was sure they were going to sell them until people found out the games that were on there, and then half of them were like PAL versions. They just sat there, bro.
Mm-hmm.
They never had to make another run. NES, Super Nintendos, getting them in all the time, bro. Selling out of them like crazy. Couldn't keep them in stock. PlayStations, no. When we were selling for $20, that was like the original shipment that came in. They've sat there the entire time, and we're just trying to get them out of the store,
bro. And the funny thing is, and I'm so happy because the resellers that bought multiple to try to flip them got stuck with them.
They got burned real bad, that's for sure. The tide has turned a little bit. They're a little bit more expensive now. I think they go for maybe $60 or $70 or something now.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even want that as a collector's item. Like, I don't even care. Like, I don't want your garbage. Like, give me something worthwhile, and I will pay you for it.
Yeah, Sony definitely could have did a whole lot better.
Yeah.
A whole lot better.
And I want to go back to one thing real quick before someone drops a goddamn comment. I know you can emulate it. I know you can mod these. I don't care. I don't care. If I wanted to do that, I would just hook up a computer and play the damn games. I wouldn't even bother with the PlayStation Mini. I would skip that thing entirely. Just to be clear.
Oh man, yeah. The mini market, man, it kind of came and went. But there were a couple others thrown sprinkled in here or there, just as honorable mentions, because Neo Geo did one, which I have sitting right here.
Mm-hmm.
Neo Geo Mini. It has 40 games on it. It actually, if you can see it, it looks like a little arcade. It hook up to HDMI, but it had their hits. It had Metal Slug. It had Fatal Fury. It had Samurai Showdown. I mean, it had a lot of the good Neo Geo titles.
All right, so now we're gonna flip positions. This is the one that I regret not getting because I never got that one. And the fact that it connects to a TV, it's not just a mini arcade, is pretty damn cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like it. I've never hooked it up to a TV. I always played it like by itself, just to have. But it's that they did a good job with that one.
How many games were on it? Like 40, you said?
40.
That's legit. Like, dude, if PlayStation at least put out 40 games, you'd have a lot more hits on there. Like, if they had 40 games, maybe you'd have 15 like real big hits.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
The Art of Fighting. I said the Fatal Fury series, King of Fighters, Samurai Showdown, 2 and 4, 2, 4, and 5, Magician Lord. Oh man, they had a lot. They had a lot of good stuff on here.
Yeah, I wish I got that. Like that is a regret of mine. I could probably check on eBay and stuff and find
Mm-hmm.
one, but I don't know that I feel like doing that.
I do come across these from time to time at various game shops.
Are they like going for like a higher rate, or is it just kind of like
I
middling
think
with where it
no,
was?
no, I think they're going for like maybe 100, maybe 150.
It's not too bad.
One I've seen.
Think they were like close to 100 when they came out, right? Because they have the screen and they have the arcade thing. It had to
Mhm.
be around $100 at least.
Yeah, the most, 100, maybe 129
Okay.
tops. But yeah, it was around that $100 mark. Another one, real quick, that came out. Atari's been all over the place now, so now we have the Atari. They came out with their 400 computer mini. Um, eh, it came with 20 games, but it gives you the ability to add more.
Sure.
Because Atari did a computer like after the 7800, they started to shift to the more home computer aspect of it, which lets you do actual computer stuff and play games at the same time. So they
I'm
came out with
imagining you
that.
could like write some like basic code or something. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
But this is just for games, and you can add games to it. Um, and then ColecoVision did their mini with their
Hmm.
games included.
Yeah.
So I mean, there were a couple others sprinkled in here, but yeah, the ones we talked about were like the main ones.
Yeah. Commodore released one. There was a Commodore Mini.
The one that is coming out though that I am really interested in is the Vectrex Mini.
Oh man, they might have me, Wes. I haven't bought a mini console in a while, but if this thing is legit
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, oh, coming, we're talking about the Vectrex. What did it have? Like 30 games or less? Like the library is super small.
It is small. I have my Vectrex and I really love my Vectrex, but for them to put out a mini, oh man, I would be all over it.
I have a couple concerns. Like I would want to have the library. Like you should
Mm-hmm.
have almost that entire library intact.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be kind of expensive because there's a friggin' screen. It's not, it's not just you buying a console. There's a screen involved. And my other concern is how good is that screen to reproduce those graphics? Because they're not going to be original, vector graphics. They're going to be like it's going to be emulating it
It's
in
gonna,
one sort of
yeah.
way or another. So how good is that emulation? And if I think this is something where I would wait for a reviewer to come out and like somebody I trust, and they're like, no, this is legit, then I would give them my money.
My concern is because with the original Vectrex, each game came with an overlay that
Yes.
you have to put on the screen. So how is that going to work? I mean, I don't know unless they give you the games that are included, they give you the overlays.
I'm intrigued for sure. Like this sounds like something I'm interested in. It's just can they hit the mark or not? And they've already, if you guys don't know, they've already far surpassed their Kickstarter goal. So this is happening. It's just a matter of the execution. And I'm gonna stay skeptical until someone
Mm,
like I really trust is like, no, it's legit. Then I
yeah,
will happily hand them my money.
I would gladly give them my money.
Are you gonna try to do the Kickstarter or pre-order this, or are you gonna wait until like reviews start to roll out?
Ah, I don't know. You know me, man. I'll I may do the Kickstarter and pre-order it.
How's that ROG Ally treating you, Wes?
Yeah.
Wes will tell me all about it, and then I'll decide.
Most likely. But yes, I am very excited for the Vectrex Mini.
Hell yeah, I am too. I'm very interested to see what they can pull off.
Mhm.
Now I have two questions. I want to go back to everything that we just discussed. We're going to wrap this segment up with these two questions. Wes, we're going to make some picks. We're going to make two different picks right now based on the mini consoles that we talked about today.
Mhm.
So, the first option you have is going to be which of those consoles has the best lineup of games. The best lineup of games. Because I have another question in a second. Here, let me give it to you now. Because the
Okay.
second question is the most interesting lineup of games, which are very different questions.
Which are very different questions. Okay. I would say the Super Nintendo Mini, I think, has the best lineup
Okay.
because everything on there was like top notch, A plus.
Okay.
The most interesting would be the Mini 2, the Genesis Mini 2, in my opinion.
100% agree with you. Both of those.
Yep.
That's exactly what dude. The SNES, it's just banger after they legitimately were like, what are the best games on this console? And they're pretty much all on there. Like you could probably pick or
Mm-hmm.
choose like a few, but dude, the SNES lineup is insane. The Genesis Mini 2 is the most interesting by far because it's like, all right, we did the Genesis Mini 1. We could have probably put a few of these titles on here, but we're going to include them in on the 2. Also, there's going to be hard to find shit. Also, there's going to be Sega CD shit. Also, there's going to be games from Japan.
Mm-hmm.
Just a smorgasbord of stuff that you would want
Yes.
after getting the first one. And definitely the most interesting, in my opinion. I think a shout out to the second thing would be most interesting would be the TurboGrafx Mini 2, just because you're not getting a complete TurboGrafx collection, but you're getting a lot of the TurboGrafx heavy hitters on there.
The heavy hit. Oh yeah, without a doubt.
But yeah, dude, the Genesis, 100% agree with you. I don't know who else would disagree, but you can leave a comment. Go ahead, tell us we're wrong. Tell us we're right. Drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts on which one has the best lineup and which one has the most interesting lineup. That's what I want to see in the comments below.
Or just leave a comment just to let us know your thoughts on the mini consoles in general.
All right, guys, it is time for us to discuss editions of games, collector's editions, digital deluxe editions. Insert your BS here editions. So, back in the day, if you don't know, because Wes and I are a little older,
Yeah, just a little.
there was only regular editions of games, and eventually you got maybe you got a collector's edition or like a steelbook or something like that. But that's it. And for the most part, it was just regular ass editions of games. If you pre-order, maybe you get a pre-order bonus, but you're still getting the regular ass edition of the game, right, Wes?
That's it. Times were simpler. It was just the game. And
So,
then at some point they started to add the steelbook.
yeah, the steelbook. I think that was probably the first step, and then they started,
Mm-hmm.
creating different versions, deluxe editions. Get your deluxe on. My favorite by far, though, Wes, is collector's editions that don't include the game. The idea is
uh-huh.
maybe this person wants to buy the game physically or digitally. You can get the game however you want, but here's this usually crap that you can buy,
Mm-hmm.
and you can buy the game on your own separately. My problem with that is primarily that is a much more expensive way to go about things instead of them just including the game, a physical copy of the game, which you and I would prefer,
Right.
or they poop out a little digital code in there for you to type in. Like, to not even give you the digital code is like just disrespectful. Like,
Wow.
could you not create a website where it's a generic code and you
Mm-hmm.
type in the code and it says, cool, this is for one copy of the game. Which system would you like the copy of the game on? And you hit the button. And then that
And
generates another code for
mm-hmm.
the game. How is that so complicated to do?
Obviously very. Obviously very. Oh man, yeah, but it was such it went from, like you said, it was just a game, and then we started to evolve into steelbooks, and then it became the collector's edition.
Mm-hmm.
And then that was the buzzword at the time. I mean, we're going back, what, maybe
early to mid 2000s. That's when I think
Yeah.
that's when it really started.
Yeah. Okay, so we're talking maybe 20, 15 to 20 years ago?
Yeah,
15?
I
15?
would say
Okay.
20.
Okay.
Because you got to look. Gears 1 was 2007, 2008.
Okay.
Let's just say 2008 because
Hmm.
I'm probably wrong, but it's around there. Had a collector's edition. I have it. It's a steel book. It has a steel, like a metal case. It's like aluminum. It's like that thick. I clearly remember that. And around that time, that's when that stuff was starting to pop off. So I would say like let's say 2005. So about 20 years ago,
Okay. Okay.
roughly.
Okay. And then
PlayStation 2 had some of that stuff too, but it
it
was
did.
very specific and very minimal.
Very minimal. I want to say it was like the PS3 360 era is when it really started to go crazy
Yes.
because I bought the Batman Arkham Asylum collector's edition. It came with a giant size batarang
Mhm.
and the game,
That's so
and
ridiculous.
it is, and it I think it came with some other stuff, but and then for Arkham City, again, I bought the collector's edition, but it came with a statue. And that was the thing. At
Mhm.
some point, the collector's editions gave you the game, it gave you a statue, it gave you like an art book,
Mhm.
it gave you started to give you extra stuff.
Yeah. I mean there's examples before that like we mentioned. The GameCube had that Resident Evil chainsaw controller, which is
Yes, it did.
that's a cool ass collector's edition first of all.
Yes, it did.
Those were so rare back then. Like they were not common. Most of the GameCube games, the PS2 games, the original
Hmm.
Xbox games did not have editions like that. They were mostly just the standard editions. Now you can say you can be like, oh well, the old Zelda games came in like a gold cart and they had like a gold, special edition. Yeah, sure. But at the time that those came out, those were the regular editions of the game, and eventually they would become the gray cards. They weren't like there was not even an option. You couldn't go in the store and be like, "I want a gray cart" when they came out. No, you got the gold cart because you
Hmm.
got it early.
Yep. Now there's man, every time I go to pre-order a game, I get so many options. Well, do you want the regular edition, or do you want the deluxe edition, or do you want the super deluxe edition, or do you want the collector's edition, or the super collector's edition? And it's just all it is just more stuff added
Mm-hmm.
to get your money.
I've come very. First of all, I'll just talk to myself, and then I want to hear from you too. But I've never been a big fan of collector's editions, like with all this crap. The mid range stuff gets me a lot more. Like the steelbooks, I'm kind of at least I was kind of a sucker for the steelbooks. Even now, I'm like,
Mhm.
I know what you're doing. Because before it was like you spend an extra $5, you get a steelbook. You get an extra
Mhm.
$10, you get a steelbook. Now it's like you can spend an extra $20, you get a sticker and a steelbook. Like, bro, stop. Like, and a long, long time ago, you gave me the damn steelbook just for pre-ordering the game.
Yep. Yep.
I didn't
Still,
have to pay
steel books
anything
were
extra.
free.
Yes.
Nope. You pre-ordered it, you got the steel book for free.
So that kind of bled me into like wanting the steelbooks. But at this point, I don't even care anymore. I'm like, just give me the game. Take all your crap and keep it. I don't have space for it. I don't know if you noticed, but I don't have any space left in my house for crap. It's filled to the brim. I
I
just
think
want the regular ass version of your game.
that makes two of us, man. They're like, "Oh, you don't want the collector's edition?" No. I don't have room for that stuff anymore.
Let's say you did have room, Wes. Let's say your house was twice the size that it is today. Would you
Okay.
continue to buy collector's editions, or would you just be like, "This, I'm just beyond this"?
I'm beyond it at this point.
Okay.
I'm beyond it at this point. I mean, granted, some of them are really cool, but they come with
Yes.
a lot of extra stuff that I'm like, I don't need this.
Like
No,
stickers.
just give me the game. Just give me the game. It's just, but it's gotten so complicated to pre-order a game now, as far as which edition do you want? Because even on the digital front, if you go and download a game or buy a game, it's like, okay, do you want the regular or do you want the digital deluxe, which comes with an extra costume?
Right. It'll have like just an extra costume, or their new thing is it's gonna have early access. Is it early access if the game is releasing to half the population that paid the extra $10? Is that really early access, or is that when the damn game came out and you're just giving it later to everybody else? Like that? Like, come on, man. I'm not stupid. It's not early access if you're paying to get that access. Early access is like, oh, I know a guy. He hooked me up. I got the game a week early. That's early access. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that?
I agree with you 100%. I mean, you're paying for early access, but how early is early?
It's just not the same. I mean,
Is it 2 days? Is it 3 days? Is it a month? How early is early?
no, and I'm even against this more than like the collector's editions and stuff because I know what you're doing. You're like enticing me. You're like, oh, 5 days. How about that 5 days? Let me introduce you to something. I'm over 40 years old. I have no time as it is, and you want me to pay extra for a game that I probably won't even play for a month from now to play it early? You're out of your mind. Do you think I'm like 20 and I have all this money to blow and I don't care about like time is not a currency to me? Who's paying for this?
Obviously somebody, because they keep making them.
You're right. You're 100% right. It's somebody, but it ain't me. And I can't even wrap my head around that. Like, I can wait the 5 days, bro. I have no problem.
None at all. None at all. None at all. But okay, so back in the day, were you into the collector's editions?
Not really. I mean, I have a few of them, but I never went out of my way to get them.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the collector stuff I have was acquired through like chance or someone gave it to me as a gift.
Okay.
I have 2 Halo collector's editions, and I think in both instances I was given them as gifts. I have somewhere behind me is a Killzone helmet. I paid $0 for that Killzone. It was somebody traded in a collector's edition. Like, we don't take this. I'm sorry. Cool. Can you throw it away for me? Sure, I'll throw it away for you. There it is.
Oh man, talking about helmets, you remember the Halo collector's edition came with the Master Chief helmet?
Of course I do. Absolutely do. I do have that. I have the Halo 3 had the helmet, and then Halo Reach has the statue, which is over there.
Okay.
And I have the helmet, it's in a different room.
Oh man, I remember that. It's like it was some of their collector's editions were actually kind of cool.
But it was novel at the time.
It was.
And now it's like an abundance of bullshit.
One of the games that I loved that I played this year was South of Midnight on Xbox. A game was fantastic. I loved it. If you bought the digital version, or if you bought the collector's edition or the deluxe edition, whatever it's called, you got the game plus you got a digital art book.
Cool.
No.
Are you ever going to look at that even once?
No.
Right. At least if it was a physical art book, you might flip through at a time. Maybe. And it would have some sort of tangible value. Because it's a thing that exists.
A thing. Exactly.
Not a digital art book.
But I tell you who is killing me, because with their collector's editions, limited run.
I've gotten away. Look, okay. Limited run and these specialty companies are a whole different bag. And I'm not making excuses. Let me be very clear. Typically speaking, they have 3 versions: collectors, classic, and regular. I don't think I've ever bought a collector's. I frequently bought a classic because I'm a sucker, Wes. That's what I am. Because they make Ninja 5.0 and it looks like it's in a Game Boy Advance box. And I'm like, oh my god, I need the Game Boy Advance box, Wes. Of course, I need the Game Boy Advance box, Wes. So I'll pay you $20 or $30 more for the Game Boy Advance box. When reality is, I probably just needed the damn game.
Just needed the game.
Right. So frequently now I'm buying just the regular editions, but there was a period I would say of two years where I was getting the classic edition almost every damn time. What about you?
Oof. As a whole, I like I said before, I think I'm kind of over it,
Mm.
and I just buy the game.
But you didn't.
But there, every now and then, they come out with a collector's that I'm like, man, I don't need this, but it's really cool. I think I bought the one of the Castlevania collections as a collector.
Oh, okay.
Collector's edition,
The big
and
boy.
it had like the stickers and the cards and the soundtrack and the art book, and because I love Castlevania.
I do too, but I only bought the classic versions of those because I wanted them to look like the old stuff.
But yeah, limited run is killing me. Every time I turn around with like a game, and if it catches my attention, I'm like, I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it. And I try to resist. For the most part, I'm good. Like I said, I just buy the game. But
Mm-hmm.
if it's something that I'm really interested in, then I may splurge. But it hasn't been often.
Yeah, I think in the past year, I've really cut back too. I've done much better with limited run. I want to say I bought like 3 games from them in the past year, and I think every single one of those was just the cheapest regular ass version of the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I mean, I've bought a little bit more from them over this past year. But yeah, it's just been the regular. I just give me the game.
I wish you would have been there in the beginning, dude. Limited run, like the first couple of years, of limited run was so exciting, Wes, because it was totally different. Like now you just go in there, you're like, yeah, I'll pre-order the game. It was not like that. You had to be on your phone or on like a computer
Mm-hmm.
the moment the game went live because they only made X amount of copies. Period. And if you didn't get your credit card in fast enough, you're done. That's it. And there wasn't like 3 versions of games. There was like 1 or 2.
Okay.
And in a lot of cases, it was just one. It was just a regular, especially the early years. I mean, it was a regular version of the game. It was numbered, but those games are so expensive because not a lot of people knew about them at that time, and like they were making like indie titles to start with. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't get big. They didn't have big names in the beginning. They weren't getting TMNT and like all these licensed things. They were getting like indies, bro. And that was such an exciting time to be there. Granted, now you don't have that FOMO of trying to get your credit card on there like in the first, but that was part of the excitement at the same time. Like, dude, there was crap I tried to get that I couldn't, and that was half the fun. It was like you're almost gambling. Like, can I get my information in fast enough to get this game before it's completely gone?
Yeah. Now they give you. I think they give you a
30
month.
days. Yeah,
Is it a month
it's
for
30
open
days.
open pre-orders?
hmm Now, every once in a while, like I would say, like once or twice a year, they will do the old school thing where there's like, "Hey, we got 2,000 copies. Go for it. 10 a.m. is your time." Like, but it's very rare they do that now.
Okay. Okay. And then I do know that like Square Enix has their like website exclusive collector's editions also.
They do. They do. This is a good example, but it's not a collector's edition. When Final Fantasy, the 2D remakes of the first 6 games came out, that game was physically only available through their website and nowhere else. And it sold out in like 2 seconds. I had one in my cart,
Mm-hmm.
but when I went to pay for it, there was like, of course there was some sort of glitch or something because too many people were doing it,
Of
and
course.
I could not get the game. So then time went on, and they ended up re-releasing it, and now you can get it from like Amazon and GameStop and all
Mm-hmm.
sorts. And I got a re-released copy, but I was like, dude, and there's a very clear distinction if you got that first run or not. So I'm pretty sure that first run is worth like a lot of money because you could only get it in that very small window of time. But then they'll be like GameStop, you get the regular version, you get a Steelbook edition, and then you get a collector's edition. And then there's a super collector's edition that you can only get on the Square Enix store that's like $350. And that's usually the kind of BS that they pull. It's like, if you want this crazy shit, it's over here.
Oh man, I want to go back to simpler times. Just give me just the game and an occasional collector's edition, and that's it. I don't need a whole bunch of extra other choices.
I just hope they drive more people like you and I away from that, and they just slow down or stop. Like, I consider 2 versions acceptable, but when there's like 16 versions of a game, it's like, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing?
Yeah, like I said, it's funny. I go into GameStop and I'll pre-order a game, and they're like, "Well, do you want the regular or do you want the deluxe?" And for $10 more, I'm like, I don't need the extra costume. I don't need the extra weapon.
Mm-hmm.
No, just give me the game.
Absolutely.
Because the games have gotten so expensive now. If they were cheaper, maybe my thought process would be a little different. But we're paying, $70, $80 a game now. No, just give me the game.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. It is time for the Pulse Check, where we look at video game prices. We take a snapshot view. Wes and I each pick 2 different versions of a game. Not let me correct that. Not 2 different versions, but we pick 2 different games, a high pick and a low pick. We each pick one of each, and then we discuss it. Wes, would you like to go first or second today, sir?
I will go first today.
Go for it.
The first one, my low pick, was a game on the Xbox 360. It was a co-op game, and it was Army of Two.
A game I never played, but it got pretty good reviews at the time.
That game was great. Oh, it was so good. So good. And then they did a second one. Second one was good, but the first one, top notch. It was so good. So much fun. Just a loose CD, you're looking at just under $8. You're looking at $7.91. A complete in box is $8.89. So you're looking at $9 for that.
That's cheaper than a trip to McDonald's, Wes.
Yes, it is. And if you go with a sealed, you're looking at a whopping $35. Which is a shame because that game was so good. It was so good. I think EA printed way too many.
I think so too. I think they knew they were smart enough to know they had a hit on their hands, but the amount of a hit that they thought was like way beyond like reasonableness. Like, yes, it was a hit, but not what you all thought it was going to be.
Yeah, because that's cheap. It's definitely worth picking up if you've never played it. If you put it in your library, it's a fun game. It is a really, really, really good game, and it's dirt cheap. And then for my high pick, I picked a game, Elemental Master, which is actually one of the games included on the Sega Genesis Mini 2.
Yes, I'm glad you tied that back in.
Yeah, because we were talking about how, they included some heavy hitters, and Elemental Master was a top-down vertical shooter. You're the guy, and he's like a wizard, and he gets all these different powers and power-ups, and it changes as you go. But a loose cartridge, you're looking at $112.
That's not a cheap cartridge. That's for sure.
A complete in box, you're looking at $331.
Woo! I ain't picking that up anytime soon. I'm glad it's on that Mini too. There's no way I'm paying $300 for that.
Yo, and then a sealed one, it's $830.
No.
Yo, I have it in my collection. I bought it years ago. I'm happy I still have it. But when I saw it,
you have a complete in box? I'm sorry, someone's gonna probably want to know. So.
Oh yeah, no, I have a complete in box.
Okay.
But once I saw it included, on the Mini 2, I was like, oh yeah. The game itself, again, it was a shooter. I mean, shooters reigned supreme back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Vertical, horizontal, shmups, it doesn't matter. They were all over the place. And this was one of them. This was one that it kind of fell under the radar.
Okay, but you're not in a ship. You're like
You are
walking.
a guy. You're a guy
Okay,
walking up. Yep. And you're shooting everything, and he gets power ups in his elemental master. So he changes his powers change with the elements. You
nice.
get power ups, and it goes fire and it goes water, and it it was tough. It was tough.
Making me want to hook up my Mini 2 again. It's been a minute, Wes. It's been a minute.
Oh man, yeah, that's one I loved.
Hell yeah.
Good stuff, man. So those are my two picks. My high, my low. Army of Two and Elemental Master for the Genesis.
I like
What
it.
do you got?
I'm going to start out with Cruis'n Blast. This is a Nintendo Switch game, originally released in the arcades. Eventually got ported to Switch. As far as I know, it's still only on the Switch. Like if you want to play it at home, what a banger of a game. Wes, this is like this is like a top tier arcade racing game. Like if you're like, what are the top 5 arcade racing games? This might be like in the top 5 for me. Like this is super super up there for sure. Easily in the top 10 without a doubt.
Uh, Outside of Burnout?
Burnout's proud like one of the Burnout Revenge and like 3 are probably like 1 and 2
Mhm.
or whatever. This is up there, bro. I'm not even joking. Like I love this game. It's so good.
Well, you told me to get it, and I did pick it up on your recommend.
It's a lot of fun, man. It's just fun. It's a fun ass racing game. And it's not expensive at all. Right now, here's a little insight. Today is November 26th. It's the day before Thanksgiving, so Black Friday sales are happening. So that could have impacted prices. All the prices we're talking about today, I picked up today on November 26th. So this can change over time.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's a lot of sales going on, but right now you can get Cruis'n Blast 15.13 for a loose cart, 18.86 complete in box, or if you have the balls, $21.86 for a new one. I don't know if you can handle that.
Oh man, I don't know about that. That's too much for my taste.
Dude, I spent $40 on this game and I easily would have spent $40 on it again. No problem.
Yeah, I think I paid $39.99, like $40 for it too. Because I got it because you said how great it was.
Dude, it's fantastic. What you got to play it, Wes. Like out of my Switch library, this is probably a top 5 Switch game for me. Like
Okay,
it's really really good.
okay.
If you like those old style arcade racing games, this is right up your alley, man. And then we got my high pick. The high pick is unusual. I got a PS4 game in here, Wes. Can you believe that?
PS really.
Yes. But the reason I picked it is because we had that whole conversation about different versions of games. We had
Yes.
collector's editions and this and that. Now, I'm going to be clear. I did not pay for this game. This game was given to me for free. That's the only reason it's here. If you don't know, I'm not crazy about Kojima's games. So come at me. Go ahead. I don't care. This is Death Stranding Collector's Edition for PS4.
Mm-hmm.
I played the game. If you're saying, Matt, you didn't even try it, that's bullshit. I played that game for like 4 hours. I'm like, I can't understand what you people like about this game. This is the most boring thing I think I've ever played in my life. I'm walking around with packages and shit. Like I understand that once you get past a certain point, it's probably like fun and
You just couldn't get there.
no, I don't. I gave it a shot. I gave it a fair shot, Wes. I like trying Kojima games because I hear he's an amazing person. Like he makes these amazing games, and every time I do it, I'm like, when is this going to end? What is going to happen? Like this is boring. I'm not enthralled. And Metal Gear, I just don't like the controls with. Granted, there's Delta. Maybe I'll play Delta at some point, and it'll change my mind.
Okay.
Anyways, this came with a baby.
I was gonna say, is this the one that came with a baby? Because I had one. Well, not I had one personally, but we got one at Level Up,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, is that a baby? Like, yeah, somebody sold us the collector's edition of Death Stranding. I'm like, alrighty then.
Yep. And it went up in price, man. People
It did.
love Kojima games. I was sure this was going to go up in price. So It's not crazy expensive, but right now, a loose copy, which doesn't make any sense to me, by the way. What the hell is a loose copy of a collector's edition? That don't make no sense to me. That's just a damn game, Wes. $153 for a loose copy of the collector's edition.
Well, is the casing different?
I never opened it. I have no idea.
Okay.
The way
Like, does it?
I got a physical version, and then
Mhm.
they sent me a digital one too. So I had both, and I was like, well, I'm never going to open up the physical version if I had the digital copy.
Okay. I'm just wondering if the casing is different. Does it say like collector's edition? Because if it's loose, does it say that on the disc?
It has to.
Okay.
Like, why would else? Why? Why? How would that be a thing if someone paid $153 for a loose disc
Hmm.
and it just said regular ass Death Stranding on the disc? It has to say collector's edition on there.
Okay.
Otherwise, y'all dumb as hell. Then we got the the complete in box version. You know, so like an open version of the game that has everything is $288.92. Then we have a sealed copy, $299.50. So $300. If I remember correctly, I want to say this was about 150, 180, something in that range. Let's just say it was 200. So it's up about $100 seal right now compared to what it was when it came out.
Okay.
Um,
I never played it. I heard it was really good, but I heard it's very slow moving. And it's like I just kind of just bypassed it altogether. But everybody says it's really good.
I'm sure it was intriguing. Like the characters and stuff were interesting, but I'm like, dude, this is so boring. I could not get over it, Wes. I was a couple hours. Like I said, I was probably like 3-4 hours into the game. I was like,
Mhm.
I'm like, what do you guys want from like? I'm trying. I'm trying to like your game, but I'm not interested in playing it anymore.
Well, I think it sold based on Norman Reedus was in it, so
Yeah,
that was at the height of his career with
Walking
Walking
Dead.
Dead and everything. So
Hmm.
it had his face on it, so everybody was like all over it.
Yeah. So if you're a Death Stranding fan, go ahead and drop a comment. Tell me I'm a moron. Leave me all that stuff. That's great. If you agree with me, fight back a little bit. Tell those other people they're idiots. They don't know what they're talking about.
Well, obviously it did something because they made a second one.
They certainly did. Didn't buy that one, that's for damn sure. But yeah, that about wraps up the show, guys. We discussed everything we needed to today. I hope you enjoyed the segments. Please drop comments, like, subscribe, share, all those wonderful things. If you really enjoyed what you heard today, please give us a 5-star review over on Apple Podcasts or on Spotify. And if you really, really enjoyed what you heard, consider supporting us over on Patreon. Patreon.com/nerdenthusiast. You can support us for as little as $1 a month over there. And that money goes right back into the company. It helps us keep the lights on and pay for things and all that wonderful stuff. Wes, thank you for joining me today, sir. Where can people find you if they would like to do so?
You can find me on Instagram at Grendel5XBX.
I'm Matt. You guys can find me over on X or Twitter at FromNJ2CA. The 2 is a number 2. Make sure you guys follow the company at Nerd Enthusiast on all social media platforms. If you're over there on the YouTube world, please ring the bell, subscribe, like, share, all those wonderful things, drop comments. All that stuff really helps us out. We truly appreciate you. And until next time, you guys take care.
Have a good one, guys.